Welcome to the Divine Purpose Podcast with your host, Daniel and
Patrice Myers. In this podcast, you will be introduced to the 3 C's.
Comedy, conversations, and community. Join the discussion with fellow entrepreneurs, community activists,
with our major focus on the beauty of family in our community. Episodes drop every Tuesday. Whether inspirational or ratchet, all conversations have a divine purpose. So do I say corny or do you say corny?
You wrote it. You clap.
Oh, you really clap?
I do.
Oh, okay.
It's so I can know where to cut.
Oh,
Now you
okay.
mess me up. Welcome to Divine Purpose Podcast with your host Patrice and
Daniel Myers.
today, guys, we're in for a treat.
A treat?
I don't know if it's really a treat for us.
I don't like the way he laughing.
I feel a little bit more worried about this one than the one with our therapist.
It's a,
Right.
it's a treat.
So apparently somebody got questions.
No tricking.
Somebody got questions.
Somebody got questions.
He got questions about how did all of this happen.
How did it happen?
We tried our best to answer as many questions as we can. However,
Nah. It's
We also
different.
tried our best not to be interviewed.
It's different.
I didn't try my best not to. He might have.
It's different.
So now here we are, opening it up, and you're going to see all of our real reactions to said questions
Ho.
from our illustrious guest. Is that
Illustrious?
The word? Is that the
Illustrious.
Are you illustrious?
Hey, I don't like
What's
the way
illustrious?
illustrious
I don't even know
sounds.
what illustrious
word?
means.
Illustrious seems like it's
But if
like
somebody
fancy.
fucking call
It
me
make me.
illustrious, I'm
It
illustrious.
sound fat. I don't know if I like you illustrious.
Illustrious don't sound fat.
Illustrious
I
sounds
don't-
fancy.
Yeah, it sounds fancy.
Yeah, it sound a little. It sound like a fat metro.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if I like
All right,
that.
okay.
True.
I'll take it back.
Alright, so you can't call him illustrious.
It's okay.
So when I
I
go
feel about you calling another man
Yeah.
illustrious.
Hey, that's like when said the Bama
All
said
right.
call him delicious. That matter of fact, that's exactly what it sound
And
like.
you know what? That's
Nothing.
I can't call you delicious.
That's how I
Don't
felt
call
when a
me
nigga at
delicious.
the car shop told me to call him Hollywood. I said, Dang,
Hollywood?
Let's go. I'm not calling that nigga
Hollywood?
Let's go.
Did he say why?
I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
She
okay.
literally,
I wasn't for it.
we went to a
I
car.
literally
We
walked
went to a
away.
car dealership, right?
He
We was
said,
gonna go
yeah,
buy
yeah.
a car.
First of all, he tried to
Oh.
not speak to us.
Okay.
Then
He
soon
saw us
as-
looking at the
Then he
cars.
was like, yeah, my name Hollywood. I walked away.
She said, "I'm going to another car
I walked
dealership."
away.
Hey,
This
I
nigga
let him
Hollywood,
turn
fuck
around.
that.
but you know what that is? That's honestly how we treat each other as black people. It's like, yo, you think because we black. Was he black?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he was a black.
Hollywood
But
probably was the best salesman on the East Coast.
Who cares?
hey, who cares? But it's like, hey, we handling business. Come at me like a professional.
Hollywood.
Don't tell me call you Hollywood. I'm not.
on
Yeah.
the street.
First of all,
And we were
Hollywood.
like,
I'm here about to buy a car.
I mean,
Like,
it wasn't CarMax. It was
Right.
Easterns. I mean, it wasn't an actual dealership.
First of all, shit.
But at the end of the day,
CarMax.
No, first of all, I fuck with Easterns. I mean, I know, but
And
it wasn't.
Eastern
But
Motors.
it wasn't one of these corner ones
she
either.
thought Clinton Portis was gonna come out the motherfucker back.
Hollywood.
And it was Hollywood.
Hollywood came on that bitch. She's not
Oh,
the
I
man.
was not interested.
That is
I walked away.
hilarious.
I remember that. I will never forget that.
She said, "Oh fuck."
Huh.
Around.
So what? My
He
job
was
is my
like,
credit.
"Trees, you can't walk away."
Oh yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
Hey, y'all see what they doing, right?
Yeah, we
they
trying to
trying,
switch that
They
shit.
trying to deflect it, but it's okay. I'm bringing it back in.
Yeah,
I'm
we
bringing
tried-
it back
we
in.
tried- We tried to control it.
I'm gonna do. Yeah, we got this. Look, wow, that's my clap. Welcome to the Divine Podcast. I am your guest host today, Marcus, aka Mr. Victory or Nothing.
There you go.
And we're going to do something a little
Illustrious.
different today. You know what? The illustrious, dynamic
They gonna accidentally say that shit one
Mr.
day.
Victory
Bitch,
or
I'm
Nothing.
illustrious.
He gonna say it went on that wedding next Saturday.
And we going look, hey, look. If I slip up and say that at the
I'm
wedding,
your illustrious host with the most.
I'm gonna
I'm
call
your
y'all.
illustrious host with the most. I'm your illustrious host with the most.
Hey, get that
You gonna
out.
say it at least once. That's
Your-
how Dr. Umar Johnson
look,
did
that's
it.
how. Hey,
And you go and think about it.
we're gonna talk about Dr. Umar or something, but
We don't have to.
I don't know if you all know this. I don't know if you've ever heard the story. You're going to hear the story today, but based off of this story, if you anything like me, you have some questions. And who better? Oh, we can. Oh, they keep. Oh, okay. They keep coming. Okay.
He's trying to get this conversation going at Takoma Station. Shout out
There
to
you go.
Takoma
Shout out
Station.
to Takoma
Them Long
Station.
Island Ice skis. Skis. I already said Long Island Ice
Look,
skis.
he feeling it. I feel it. Whoa. So y'all stop it. Y'all stop.
Come on, let's go.
If you anything like me and you know their story, you have questions. Today, we're going to get answers to those questions. How y'all doing today?
Man, we're doing awesome, well, and great.
Awesome, well, and great. And you?
Oh, I'm good.
You good? Y'all ready? Y'all have any questions as the host of this show before I fully take over? Do you guys have any questions for me before we get
this is
started?
actually
I didn't
interesting.
realize this was a whole takeover.
Yeah. Oh,
But
it's take
I'm here
over.
for it, so let's go.
They are the audience today. They are the guests. I'm the
We're guests
host.
on our own show. I actually like this.
Hey, there
This
you go.
motherfucker flipped the whole.
Look, exactly.
Damn.
So we're gonna take it all the way
Don't you
back.
feel like we getting interviewed?
Look, you are. You getting interviewed. Get ready. We're gonna take it all the way back. We're
Okay.
gonna do a timeline, people. We're gonna start
right.
from the beginning.
Okay.
Before anything,
Okay.
tell me the relationship that your parents had. Meaning, you tell me 30 seconds or less how your parents were, what you saw growing up, and you tell me the same thing.
Okay. So for me, and we deal with this a lot in counseling because we have such different, we have the same upbringing but very different. So.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm going to cut you off. But no, I don't want to know about like the similarities of y'all upbringing.
I'ma tell
I
about
want to
mine.
know
Your parents.
your perception of your
Do
parents.
not ever cut me off like that.
No,
Because I would
I
never
got
do
you.
my guests like that.
No, I know. I don't want to look. I don't want us to get it. I want to know your perception of your parents as far as a married couple.
Okay, here I am. So my parents went through a lot of stuff in the beginning of their marriage. They stayed together, and my parents were very, I guess, only need each other. They didn't. Neither one of them really had outside friends. They really didn't do like guys. They did. They did. My father did it, but it caused. I feel like it caused a lot of issues in the house. And then eventually, my father stopped going out as much, and he was home a lot more. And it was just him and my mom,
Okay.
just rocking.
Mr. Myers?
So my parents, like she said, had similar backgrounds, but it was opposite. So my mom grew up in Silver Spring. My father grew up uptown. We're in this neighborhood right
30
now.
seconds.
Shut up.
Nigga, you just went for
You
3
just,
minutes.
you literally. There we go. That's why we're gonna get to the bottom of this today. There we go.
I didn't even get past.
You ain't
my
even
father.
get past the. So
So
if you make a mental
cut you
note,
off?
we see one red flag already. Let's go.
Red flag. Ain't no red.
Red flags.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Myers, carry on.
Thank you, sir. So my father
I see
grew
what
up.
this is about.
So my father grew up uptown. They called him a DC slicker, right? So my mom and my dad were kind of opposite. They were not together at all, really. Like, I'm not saying they weren't together, but like my mother really stayed in the house, and my father really was just out and about, like doing whatever he wanted to do, and would come home later. So like, I grew up seeing them. They still was together till my mother passed. So they were together. They held true to their vows. But as far as relationship, I didn't really see too much of it. But I knew there was love in the household.
How old were you when your mother passed?
31.
31. Okay. All right. So you grew up in a house. So both of y'all grew up in the house with both y'all parents. So first of all, y'all blessed just from that standpoint that y'all had both y'all parents in
That's
there.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Even though the stories wasn't great, like,
course.
we,
No, but it's
both
still-
of us have two-parent household, but had them same struggle stories. But we did see that obligation be held.
And
to each other.
you know what's important about that, and I think you two probably really understand this now, going through everything that you've gone through, is there's really no manual for this. And so like we look back today and we see what our parents did as a husband and a wife, as parents, and it's really no manual to this. So just like we've struggled, all of us are parents, we've struggled. We've been married. I'm no longer married, but
Nigga said that with a smile on his face.
I'm just, no,
Ladies, I'm no longer married.
I am no longer married, but it's like when you're going through it, you start to understand looking back, like, yo, this is hard, and there's no manual for it, and even watching.
No, it's not.
So now let's get away from our parents. How did y'all meet? The beginning.
Meet? All right, so it's kind of stalkerish.
Oh.
It's kind of stalkerish.
Red flag number 2.
So I played. Football. I played football, and she was like, I used to call them the shake it fast girls, the dancers.
Shake it fast girl. She was a dancer.
You was at Wilson. You saw,
She was a dancer.
When we was at Wilson, I
Yeah.
didn't know him at Wilson.
So I'm playing football. I'm a cornerback for Gonzaga. God is purple.
Who cares? First and 10.
Wilson.
Anyways,
Carry
so
on.
when we beat Wilson 46 to
Hey.
I mean, you guys were a collegiate.
Tomato.
Right. Anyways,
Semantics.
So on the side, I saw this chocolate motherfucker doing this goddamn
Chocolate
the
motherfucker.
pom-pom girl.
Okay.
Chocolate motherfucker. That's exactly what
Red flag number 3.
Yeah. I said, goddamn. So then we went to college. And
Y'all went to school together? Same
We
school?
went to college.
Went to Virginia
We
State.
met at Virginia State.
Okay.
Orientation.
Divine purpose. Carry
I
on.
see. Now I know her friend Lanice from like my neighborhood. Like,
What's up, Lanice?
Yeah, I know Lanice from the neighborhood. So I was like, oh shit, that's Lanice. And she was with the dude we knew back in the day, my man Daryl. His mother and my mother were friends. So me and Daryl knew each other like that. So I think it was them 3 walking together.
Yeah.
So Daryl stopped and said, what's up to me.
Yeah.
I was with my man Jermaine. And
What's up, Jermaine?
Light skin Jermaine?
nah, he's brown skin.
Oh, okay.
Pause.
I wouldn't call him brown skin, but okay.
Anyways.
You brown.
Oh yeah, he wasn't my guy.
Nah.
Anyways, that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, if that's not brown.
It's neither.
But
You're like a crayon to me.
I'm a crayon?
Yeah,
I'll
if I
color
say
you
brown-
bad, bitch. Stop playing with me. I'll color you bad right now. Stop. Look me in my eyes like that. She
Hey,
be pimping.
Jermaine.
She be pimping. Real shit. Anyways, yeah, so I saw her again. And I was like, damn, that's the fucking pom-pom girl.
Oh, that's the fucking
So
chocolate
the first
bomb
time
girl.
we met, I followed her through campus, and the only thing I had to say to her was she had I followed her for like a couple blocks.
Couple blocks.
She had fishnets on, and I love fishnets.
Fishnets, okay.
She had some black, like boot sneaker joints, and they was just sexy.
Really? Remember
She had a jean dress, and it had like a cut in the back, looked like an hourglass. She had a black top on, and I remember saying, the first thing I said to her was, damn, you got an hourglass shape just like that cut in your butt.
Hey, hold up. Before we continue, whether you think that was a trash pickup line or not, just
shit came from the heart,
his
bro.
memory and his recollection of that
Hey,
event
she looked good that day, man. She had
says
the
that
bob,
he
she had
loves
the
that
bob.
girl.
She had the bob, so I seen the little cut.
Oh, he know everything.
Just moving like that. I was like, man.
You know the funny thing is,
Hey, that
I
man
ain't gonna
love
lie.
you.
That day, I felt like I was killing it.
You was killing it,
that's why
Slim.
I remember the outfit because I was like, I'm killing it.
That
Found your
man, hey,
motherfucking husband.
that man love you. You was killing it. You found a husband that day.
That day, she
You ain't even know it.
I was a whole nigga. She ain't even know.
I did not know.
What you remember about the first time seeing Mr. Myers or your first encounter?
She probably don't even remember that one.
No, okay, so I actually didn't know who Daniel was because it was 2 guys at the school. It was Corey and Daniel, who I was attracted to, and I didn't know who was who.
Yeah,
Like,
me
I
and Corey
couldn't
used to
figure
look
out.
alike.
I was like, I had this interaction with one, and then the other one is still an interaction, but it's not the same. I'm like, it's 2 of them. Which one is
2 of
which?
them.
I don't know who is who. So I remember the one, because to me, it was the one that talked to me in the cafeteria. And then I remember the one we had a snowball fight at Virginia State.
Oh shit, the snowball fight.
And it was one
That was me.
Who picked me up in a snowball fight. And I was like, put me down.
Picked her up.
Like playing and shit, like, put me down. And he let me down real slow, like a romantic movie. And I was like, who the fuck is this?
I was like, damn, she dark skin with some brown
Who
ass
the
eyes.
fuck is this? So I was like, I gotta figure out who this nigga is, this one right here. And then eventually he started making himself more noticeable, and that's when I was like, I'm at least fuck him. And
I respect it.
I didn't want a relationship.
Yeah, she just wanted to fuck.
I really didn't. I didn't want to.
Why? Hold up.
I had a girl.
Why didn't you want a relationship?
I actually was in a relationship.
Yeah, that's you really gonna talk about that, huh?
Kinda. I was in a relationship, so
We both were.
honestly, like, I was just in college, and I was just supposed to be fucking, and I was marrying someone else.
Where was your relationship partner? Where was he?
In another school.
In another school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were in one as well?
Yes.
I was in one as well.
We both were in
Also
relationship.
not there?
Yes.
She was not there.
Okay.
She was actually in her senior year in high school.
Oh, okay.
He really did. He's been witness to all
You
of
know
this
what's
shit.
crazy?
He's
Jesse
literally,
literally knows
he's
all
been
parties
a
involved.
fly on the wall to all of
Literally
it.
knows
So if
all
anyone
parties
could be like, they
involved.
lying. Nah, nigga, he's.
Yeah, he can definitely pull out cards.
We might pay him in at some point. Okay. So both of y'all in relationships.
Yes.
Both of y'all
Was just
pretty
trying to
much
fuck.
on
Was just
some
trying to
fuck
fuck.
shit. And okay, yeah. So
Well, I don't know if he was trying to fuck because he was stalking
he
me.
just confirmed it.
No, I actually liked her. Now, I ain't know about all the other shit, but I was like, this motherfucker, this right here, the one I saw when we was in high school, oh shit. I wanted her. Like, it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I get what
This
you're
is, I didn't know, I couldn't say what it was. It was just like, now, 20 years later, I know what it was. But that draw to her, I couldn't explain it.
Okay.
It was just something that was in me, like, that's yours. Didn't know nothing else.
You knew that day?
That day.
That's sure.
I
That
just
day.
was a nigga though, so I didn't know how to say
There you
it.
go. I got you. It's all good. So, each got partners. How long before we decided, fuck our partners, we want to fuck with each other?
Oh shit! You know when that happened? That was actually year 2 in college.
Year 2.
No,
Not for me.
Oh,
Not for me.
Oh.
I ended my situation ended the summer going into sophomore year.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think mine did too.
I don't know about yours, but I know that's when mine.
I mean, I had
So when I
entanglements.
came in for my sophomore year, I wasn't in a relationship.
you was free.
I was.
Now you really about to thought out.
My sophomore year, I wasn't
Nah,
in a
I
relationship
really
either.
wasn't about to bow because I had a real good time my freshman year.
No. I said you really was about to thought out.
Nah.
Really?
I had a good time my freshman year.
Oh, so you got it all out the
So
way.
I
You wanted
didn't
to.
need to
Oh, okay.
thought.
I wasn't the only nigga. Like,
I was just trying to knock some of the one. I was trying to figure out. It was a couple of people that I had my eyes on for solidifying stuff.
So, you just was just like, I wasn't the only one you had your eyes on. You just was like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
That's kind of what it sounded like. But
But were you?
I'm gonna leave
But
it
were
alone.
you?
I'm gonna leave it alone. You right?
Oh, okay.
You right.
You right, okay.
You right.
Okay.
You got it. Solid.
Because I told you that.
Namaste.
Literally,
Namaste.
the day that we decided we was going together, I was like, all right.
We decided.
I decided. I said, all right, I'm about to go over here and do my thing.
what day was that? So where does that come into play?
This was
Oh shit! You want to hear this story?
the second or the third
This
Yes.
is the second
party.
year.
I would like to hear
The
the
sophomore year, the second or the third party of the
Third
year.
party. Cause I
shout
was
out.
already
Shout out to college parties, man.
third
So
party
this
because I was
like-
feeling myself.
This was like, yeah, Yeah, it had to be the third party.
We was at the Civic Center.
Because we was at the Civic Center. And like we was still chilling over the summer.
Yeah, over the
And
summer
was
we seen
connecting
each other
over
a
the
few
summer.
times. Yeah.
And I saw little pieces of him.
And she still had her
That I-
peoples.
that I
I
fuck-
still had
that I
my
fuck
peoples,
with.
but we was single.
Like he was working in a lawyer's office, and I was like, "Oh, you're not just
Oh yeah,
a nigga."
she seen
like,
me with my tie on.
Like, think
I
about
know how to
that.
turn it on and off. I could be a nigga, but then I
you
could
go.
be like, hey, how
So
you doing?
when
It's
I
the
met,
best.
so when I met Daniel, literally every time I saw Daniel, he was drunk as fuck. When I realized who Daniel was, he was passed out drunk, and I said, "Come here." I said, "Get up," and I said, come on, lay down. 'cause
Lay
he's
your
drunk as fuck.
head on my
Literally, he laid
pillow.
in my lap, and he was like, "Let me suck your titty," and I was like, "Nobody watching." And I thought about it. He said, "You thought about it?" I said, "Yeah, I thought
I
about
said,
it."
I was just joking, and I said, "Oh shit, you thought about that shit?" Like,
Yeah,
look,
yeah,
She was like-
I said it to her on some playing shit, and I saw her do this. I was like,
He's
"Oh."
like, I don't know. I could get a titty suck right now. Okay, all right.
So,
It was like, what? I really fuck with this nigga.
So what I'm saying is like, so all I ever saw of him was just being drunk, partying. And so when we came home from school, he was working. He was working at the law firm. He was dressed up. He had on his collared shirt. So I was like, what the fuck?
You done
is
switched
this?
up. You
Because
gotta-
this is not who. Like I said, I was just trying to fuck. You are not nobody that I wanted to have a relationship with. You're always drunk. So seeing him and during the summer, I was like,
Oh, this motherfucker works.
what is this?
Change your mind, huh? A little
Yeah.
bit. Okay.
I'm not always like, I have a very balanced life, I feel, but it's just extreme. So it's either I'm all the way turned up or I'm on my shit. And sometimes I fall off my shit.
Okay. She agrees. She agrees. Okay. So,
I cut you off?
no.
I went too far?
So we decide to be together.
Yes.
What was that like?
Decide?
What was that like?
Well, what happened was the third day, the third party, we was at the party, and this was after, I think I might have, this was after 9/11, right? Was it before or after?
After
9/11.
9/11.
God.
That's when we kind of connected.
So
That's when we connected.
so this was after 9/11 or
Yeah,
before?
because that was sophomore year. It was after 9/11. I fucked with you because
Okay,
I couldn't
yeah.
get in touch with my mother, and she worked across the street from the White House.
Yes. So what happened was before 9/11, it was a paper due. And Daniel came and he needed me to type up his paper. He came to the dorm with the paper already written. So I'm like, he got a bitch to write the paper, and now I'm typing it, right? So I'm like, he a nigga, whatever, I'll do the shit. Because he probably fuck me later, right? And I'm good. Like, this is fair exchange, right?
Hey, supply and
Type my
demand.
papers and I just let
Hey,
you-
look.
My pussy licked and shit, I'm good.
Exactly.
So I was like, all right, bet, I'll type up your paper. So as I'm typing this paper, I'm like, damn, nigga, like he must have got a bitch, like this bitch wrote the shit out this paper, right?
Oh,
And
you ain't
then-
think he wrote it?
Then he started,
God
as
dang.
we're typing, he started editing the paper. Like he started saying, oh,
I
put
type
this.
slow.
Oh, put that. And I looked at him and I said, you really wrote this. And he was like, I'm not dumb. I was like, then why do you act so retarded? Like, I don't get it. Why are you out here drunk when you're this fucking intelligent? So I was like,
College.
all right. Huh?
It's college.
But it's like
We're
college
young.
outside of
We're
life.
young.
It's just me. It
Yeah,
ain't
so
even young.
I
Like,
didn't-
even still.
I didn't get it, so that's when I was really like,
I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know what in me throughout especially my younger
He
years,
never wanted
I
to-
played dumb. I've always played dumb because I never wanted
Well,
people
you
to-
know, when we was coming up, you know, smart wasn't cool.
But I went to Gonzaga though, so I got out of that environment, and I still played dumb
Ah,
there.
that's
but
true.
you still didn't want to be one of the smart nerds.
Because my friends went to Coolidge and Roosevelt,
Yeah.
Exactly.
but I'm in
So
Gonzaga,
you
and I
still
felt-
wanted that element.
So I
and it's
played
like I'm
dumb.
not like
'Cause
y'all here.
Even
I
I
got
went to
you.
Takoma right up the street, and I was supposed to go to Coolidge, but like they were gonna like I was in a gifted and talented program,
Yeah.
but I still
very
was,
smart.
but I relate to like
And that's what I really fell in love with.
I fuck with
Smartness.
Nick. I fuck like
Yeah.
I'm a nigga. I'm just a smart nigga.
It's where we from.
So okay, so
Oh, yeah,
that
so-
happened. We had
Wrote
the
the paper.
dance. This might have been right before 9/11. We had to dance, and I was drunk, and I was like, "You gonna be my boyfriend, right?" So
Wait,
drunk.
you said that? You
In your,
or you thinking that?
Oh wait, I was thinking that.
Okay,
Right?
all right.
So then I
So
come
I ain't
into
know.
the party. I'm already like ready, like, cause I'm like,
Didn't
okay,
even know
I
she
ain't
was
see-
my
No, this was the
girlfriend.
first party of the year. This is why I know it was the first.
Oh, what was the first?
You know why I know it was the first? Because I purposely was like, I'm gonna see my cue. My cue was on the list.
Oh,
her Q.
her cue.
She claimed the Q,
Oh, he was.
but I'm her boyfriend.
Right.
You just claiming everybody,
Right.
huh? Okay.
So I had my.
We'll get
cue,
back to that.
I
Red
had
flag number 4.
And I had Daniel. And I had.
And my
And
daughters
I
are going to
had-
college right now.
Right. So
she wondering why
we-
I'm fucking nervous.
I didn't do nothing wrong. And then I had. And then I didn't. I literally did what niggas do, which is express yourself before you get married. So
Yeah.
so then I had this other guy that I had another guy that I fucked with, right, real hard. So I came into the Civic Center
really
ready,
feel
right?
nice.
I seen my cue. He gave me the. I was like, yeah, later, right? But then I looked over
Later.
and I seen Daniel talking to this girl, and I was like,
You was tight.
why is this bitch in his face? I don't even understand what's happening over here.
After you made eye contact with the cue, you was
Nigga.
tight.
Nigga was doing all this
Okay.
Bama shit.
He never did.
I won't
that.
say Bama
He
shit.
never did that.
Cues are not Bamas.
He wasn't that kind of cute. He never did it.
He never did it.
He ain't never,
did it.
he ain't never party hop. He did it in the party.
I lied to
You
y'all.
just ain't pay
now.
attention to it.
He did that shit to Cross, but in any party, this nigga never did it. That was what was so attractive. I was like, why are you not doing it?
You not barking?
What's going on?
And he not bargaining.
I love that. I love the person that's
God damn.
out. But anyway,
Forget
so-
that he could have
She like a-
intelligence or
No, no, no.
stimulating
She likes
conversation.
people that-
This
she like-
nigga's not barking.
She like standout niggas.
I like people that not doing what everybody else doing. Like I don't like to
Respect.
go with a nigga. So the fact that you're cute and you're really not strolling with everybody else, it's like why? So now I'm equipped. Now I have to ask why.
Okay.
So that's what was a turn on for me about him. But anyway, so I saw Daniel with the girl. I went and stepped in between Daniel and
Was
this
her
girl.
In
how she
between.
look? How she look?
I don't remember how that bitch looked.
She was light skinned. She had long hair, big ass titties.
She had weave.
She ain't had no ass.
She had a weave.
She had no ass. Okay.
She had a weave. Stop saying long hair. Let's call it what it is. Daniel for a long time didn't realize that women wear weave. Anyway, I'm
Hey, we all learn at some point
I know.
that that's not a thing.
I know.
I remember the first time I found out that I was like, wait, this ain't your hair?
You have
God damn.
I was
But
19.
you don't know how
Like, you know
many-
what's crazy though? These young niggas now,
They
they
know.
know.
But you don't know
Like,
how
'cause
many
Kayla Guillermo
situations
weave
that
in.
we got into in reference to my hair, where he was like, "Ain't nobody doing it." I'm like, "Nigga, everybody's doing it." And
Oh, wow.
literally, my hair situation is one of the things that when we got separated, that he realized, "Oh yeah, you're right. Everyone does do this. You not tripping.
I do be
You
fucking
not
with bitches with
insecure.
weave."
I do like bitches with weave." So anyway, so I
I
stepped
was
in
before bitches
between.
with a wig. Oh, shit,
I
my
stepped
bad.
in between him and this girl, and I was like, "I need to talk to you." And he was like, "What?" I was like, "I need to talk to you."
Oh, pause.
20-second timeout.
Her cue.
Her cue.
She was already at the motherfucking party. I walked in. This is some cool ass shit. Let's say I'm walking in a party, doing it in the party. I'm strolling, I'm chilling, I'm coming in. I see my man. Hey, what's up, bro? Chilling. I see everybody. Hey, I look over to my left. Who I see? In another nigga face. My chocolate dropper. But I don't stop her. I let her do
Hey,
her
she's
thing.
doing her thing. You know
I
what I'm
said, I
saying?
look at her. Cool. Party go on.
Respect.
Party go on. Do your thing.
Res-
'Cause she's not my
respect the
girl.
boundaries.
She's not my girl.
She's not your girl.
So I look at her and I say, I'm chilling. I'm gonna go over here.
But
How
how did
time?
you feel?
How did I feel?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm fucking something tonight then. Fuck
There
it
you
then.
go. All right, ain't
Real
you, did?
talk.
All right.
Real talk. I'm fucking something tonight.
That's what you want to do? Cool.
So,
Okay.
Whole time, I'm thinking, well, we're gonna talk tomorrow. I'm thinking we're gonna talk tomorrow. I'm not gonna bother her the whole
Yeah.
party.
Go ahead, do your thing.
So
I didn't like it.
hold on. So I'm talking to the chick.
I didn't like it.
Next thing you know, boom. She pulls me to the arcade. We go
I didn't
together.
pull you nowhere. I said I need to talk to you.
And I was
you
like-
walked over.
No, she know what I'm talking about. So just imagine this. I'm with the girl. We feeling each other. I'm like,
You
oh, this.
step right in front of him.
This is it. She stepped in between us and says, we need to talk. So I'm looking at the chick looking at me like,
She said, I thought you said you don't have a girl.
thought
You
you
said
said
I
you-
don't. I said we need to talk.
she said, I thought you said you don't have a girl. She said,
She said that?
The
Oh, the
girl
girl
said-
said that. You
I
don't
I
have
thought
a
you
girl.
said you don't have a girl.
And
I said,
he
I
said,
don't.
I don't. I said we need to talk.
And she said, we need to talk. And she pulls me to the arcade.
And I said, I don't know what you're doing over there, but we go together. So you need to get yourself together. So you go have fun, and I'm gonna meet you later on. Call me. And I left, and we had a good time. I had a good time, and we met later on.
Did you
Yep.
prior to you two meeting, did you get up with your purple and gold gentleman?
No.
Oh, okay. So
And I
we had
didn't do nothing with her.
No,
We got you.
no, I didn't do anything.
The
I
plot
didn't-
twist.
I didn't do anything sexual with him, but I did go back and dance with him. You
Yeah,
was
and I
dancing
went
with
back to the
niggas.
bitch.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Right.
All right.
But later on, we met up. Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is sophomore year. We go together now.
Now we go.
Apparently, that's
I got a girlfriend,
Hey,
y'all.
hey. Side note, fellas. Apparently, women are out there shooting their shots.
That's why I don't have a problem with it.
Find you a Mrs. Myers that'll shoot her shot.
Time out though. I want to go back to the summer before we went back to
The
school.
summer, what you want? Go.
This is why she wasn't my girl. No. That's later on in the story. Keep going.
Okay. All right. So we together. How's the first year going?
Oh, well, we were together in Bliss at school. Well, no, it's always been a challenge with Daniel because Daniel always has straggling women, and they don't know how to let go.
I got you.
Women that don't know how to let go. So as we were developing our relationship, actually every man that I've ever dated came with a form of hate from other women. Every man. Literally every man that I've ever called my boyfriend, women have been like, literally, I remember one time I was dating this guy in high school, not your homeboy,
Oh. Oh.
but
Shout out to you.
his friend. But but I was dating him, and this bitch literally walked past me, and Wilson was like, "Black ass bitch." I was
God
like, God.
Well, first of all, you have to know that women don't like each other. So once you understand that as a woman,
Bitches just black
you learn how to.
bitches really
But
should've
why
liked
do
black
you
women.
not? But why do you not
Black
like
women.
me? Because I'm dating. Like it doesn't make sense because I didn't take him from you. And the truth is, most of the time, the guy doesn't even focus on the woman that is so mad at me.
Of course.
And so it's like, what is this all about? Like it's been that case my
Why do
whole
women
life.
hate you?
I don't know.
You
Well, yeah. Don't.
women hate women.
Women just hate women. It just is what it is.
I don't understand that shit.
It really ain't a lot of
I've been
reasons.
in fist fights with some of my closest friends, and we'd just dab each other up the next day like, you got me in
Hey,
my left
my
eye.
bad, dog. Hey,
You
I
really
was
fucked
tripping.
me up on the left side.
But women, nah, that's not the case. So let's move forward a little bit from the time that we go together now.
Okay.
Twofold question. How long after that y'all decided y'all want to get married?
You decided we want to get married?
Yeah.
We became pregnant. Okay, so
That was going to be my second
We
question. I
were-
said, did the pregnancy come prior to the marriage,
She
or
got
did we just?
pregnant first. She got
Okay.
pregnant twice.
I got pregnant twice. We had
Okay.
She got an abortion.
So Daniel was
Ooh.
being suspended, expelled from school
I
because
got
of his
expelled.
issues at school.
I was just doing dumb shit.
He was on academic probation, and then he got caught with marijuana, and then me in the room.
Yeah.
And so he got it.
Y'all couldn't have women in the room?
Huh?
No, he was still a freshman. He was in a freshman.
But the
dorm.
marijuana shit wasn't like.
No, we're not talking about marijuana. We're
No,
talking
you
about
said
the women.
you said me in the room.
Oh yeah, I got caught with her in the
Right.
Her in
Because
the
he
room
was in
the,
a freshman
so
dorm.
it was marijuana. I was in a fight club. We used to box in the basement, and then
I could actually see that with you.
now people used to bet on me.
I can
like,
actually
"Ah,
see
fuck
that.
nigga," like,
I can actually see you.
yeah, so
being in the-
we used to
I was
bet.
mad as shit that time he lost.
I lost. That nigga knocked me out.
I was like,
He ain't knocked me out, but he
nigga
dazed me.
later.
And she was like, "Oh, you need to fuck that nigga up." I was like, "I should fuck that nigga."
You
up.
should. You should.
But yeah, so I was like a prize fighter. Like I was a prize. Like they bet
Nigga
on
was
me.
a bully.
I wasn't a bully.
Who the fuck was a bully, nigga? Cause
I'm
another
fucking
nigga that I was
5'7".
another
I'm
nigga.
5'8".
No, let me tell you how
Let's
much.
not talk about that.
Let me tell you
Yeah,
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. 'cause he be
No,
watching
we
the
not.
show.
Yeah.
He be watching this shit.
Yeah. Let that go. Let that go.
How you know?
We focus on the relationship. Relationship.
And you see shit like no.
Yeah, relationship. It's okay.
Oh, Daniel a bully though.
I'm
Relationship.
not no bully, man.
So, from the time we go together to the pregnancy/marriage, what's the time? What's the time distance?
Okay, so Daniel left school October. I left school November. I was pregnant. I got an abortion in December. We got engaged February, and we got pregnant again with Kaylin Kiera in April.
So, how many years is
And
that?
No, it wasn't no years.
Oh.
It was like
That-
it
So
was about,
we not juniors. So y'all ain't even hit junior year
We
yet.
still in sophomore, so because we both
Okay.
left
School.
sophomore year.
I got kicked out.
So y'all like 20?
So
No,
no, we
where?
were like 19.
19.
I had the girls when I was 20.
She got
19.
pregnant the first time at 18,
Yes.
and then 19. No, we didn't want to
19, I
abort.
had
We
the
didn't want to.
abortion.
We didn't want to abort the baby. That's how I know.
The second time.
That's how why we got
The
twins.
first time
The first
We
time.
got twins because God gave us our baby
The other
back.
baby back. Yep.
Because we didn't want to do
That's
it.
a good- that's a good way to
just
look at
told
it.
us. Everybody.
Y'all young, y'all don't need a
Y'all not ready for
baby.
kids. You, Daniel, you doing this. Patrice, you're not ready. Da, da, da. So we got an abortion, but we never wanted to.
How often do y'all think about that? That's just a side
We
question.
talk about it often. It's a guy, and our son's name was going to be
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.
So it was gonna be a boy?
It was a
It's
boy.
gonna be a boy.
Gotcha.
His name was Emmanuel.
And
That's my son.
It's a boy at the CBS that we work at that's 19 whose name is Emmanuel. And I always feel like that could have been my son. And it's a couple of boys that Kaylin Kiera know, a couple of fellas that they know, and I'm like,
Every time it's an Emmanuel.
damn, you act like what my son would act like how I would envision my son. So, we talk about Emmanuel a lot.
So you got married, then you had the twins.
No, we got engaged in February.
Got engaged
We had the twins in December.
in December.
We got married in February, a year
February.
later. So
Okay.
we was engaged for a year.
Was engaged for a year.
Yeah.
How do you think having the babies? So do you think having the babies, even the ones that was aborted, forced you guys to get married? Or
No. So
it's like, if we're going to be doing this,
when Patrice, did you talk about like you why you had to live with us?
We're
No,
talking
we-
right now.
yeah,
So Patrice ended up living at my house, my family's house, because
I think Daniel sees this story differently than me, but go ahead. But it's interesting though. Go ahead.
why is she different?
Because you do.
oh yeah, let's hear it.
So she was living with my family because her family they went through something and she ended up living with us.
I got kicked out.
Right. She got kicked
Because
out.
of the pregnancy.
No,
They didn't know.
actually, I got kicked out probably 2 weeks after I was pregnant. Yes, because we planned Kaylin here. Like I knew I was ovulating.
Oh, y'all was trying. Okay.
Like we were trying for a baby. So I knew I was ovulating. It was his mother's birthday, and I got kicked out literally Mother's Day in May. So his mother's birthday is April. I got kicked out in May. I had not known yet that I was pregnant when I got kicked out.
Gotcha.
Yep. So she's living with us. Her and my brother never got along. Her and my father never really got along. So I told myself, I'm not gonna have her living with me in a household where she gotta worry about two fucking grown men that
Right.
don't fuck with her. And she's 18. I'm 19 at this time. No, we're both 19. And my father's 40. My brother's younger than me, but it's like so much shit. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna move out.
Home should be a peaceful place.
That
Pregnant.
is that is not my recollection of that story.
Okay.
My recollection and the real recollection of that story is that it was never my plan to live with his parents. They were always going to be. It was just somewhere I needed to go, like a homegirl's house.
It was like I have nowhere to
I have
go.
nowhere to go. This is where
Thank
I'm
you.
going. I told Daniel I wanted to move out. Daniel said, why? We can stay here at my parents' house. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Right. Because of that.
I'm going to move out with a homegirl of mine.
Oh,
The homegirl of mine
That is what happened.
was a lesbian. So Daniel
I said, fuck no.
did not
I'm gonna
want
get my
me
shit
to
together.
move out
What's
with
my
her.
credit score?
So then he was like, oh no, I got it. We're moving out. And that's how we moved out.
You're fucking absolutely
You
right.
see how he changed
There you
that
go.
story?
Hey,
So that
hey.
He could be the fucking hero.
No,
Hey.
I forgot about that.
Nah, hey,
talk about
it
this
was,
all the
it was
time.
a long time ago.
We literally had this conversation every time he tells
gotta
it.
understand.
He tells it like this every time, and every time I do this.
I do the same shit. Like,
all
oh,
the time.
Okay.
she was about to move in with a dyke.
So-
joint. She wasn't a dyke. She was just a lesbian. But back then,
shout out to you. I know who it is.
no,
Shout out to you.
no. Dykes be like them type niggas.
Yeah.
Like, I punch a dyke, be like, bitch, you mad at me because I hit you in the mouth, but you gotta, like, you talking to me. You're not a woman.
Can I get a
Sa-
chicken wing? He did.
No, I
He
never.
no, he said he would if you were stepping to me in that manner that I can only in my right defend myself. That's what he
You
said.
on your cycle, and that's why you're mad.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, but hey, that's a story for another day. So
I'll edit that out.
when do we, we're married, how long into the marriage before the problems overcome and we decide this isn't for us?
Day one.
Whoa, they won.
We was literally arguing in a full-blown argument, heading to Virginia to get married. And we came back home arguing. And I was like, what the fuck did I do? Like,
We're 20 years old.
Yeah.
so-
Okay, so day one, damn, we made a mistake.
It wasn't that we made a mistake. It was just like,
No, it was a mistake. It's
like,
it's very
what
early.
the
It's very
fuck?
early.
that we just do.
Cause and here
I felt forced into it. I felt
here's
like her
why
father,
it's a mistake.
I felt like her father said to me, when are you going to make my daughter innocent?
honest.
Honest.
and
I was like-
and that's how it happens.
So I'm like, what? Okay, I'm going to marry her, but I didn't even know what it meant.
wasn't ready. Yeah, you wasn't ready. That so
But I didn't want her. I loved her.
when we say things like mistake, it has a negative like connotation, but
why I
it's
don't like
not. It's not. It is a mistake. We are 19. We are too young to be. That's what y'all did in the day, and y'all didn't do that because y'all wanted to get married.
the only
Y'all
way.
did that because that's what the way was. It's like, yo, remember, fathers used to give their daughters up.
Sell them
Marriage,
for cattle.
marriage was literally a business deal, a contract. It was like, yo, we are expanding, we are bringing our families together for the good of something, usually monetary or whatever. It's like you bring your name with our name, and whoever has the bigger
It's
name.
a business
yeah,
transaction.
it's a business
So
transaction.
That's why I have a problem with like people that are Christian and biblical that try to put this marriage shit on, because if you really believe this Bible you're reading, marriage was nothing but a business transaction.
It always
so get
been.
the fuck out my face about I'm fornicating and shit.
It's
because
always
if
been.
our families aren't connecting, it's not
Guess
even
what?
about that.
It's a business transaction to this day.
To this day.
To
That's
this
why we
day.
call ourselves life partners.
Oh, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Why does somebody have to ask for Kaylin Kier's hand in marriage?
Because it's a business transaction, and I don't want my daughters to be with some nigga
With
that don't
some
got
bum.
nothing to give.
Yeah. Yo, it's and we're getting off a little subject, but it literally is, yo, I don't want my daughter
I gotta pay for
struggling.
everything Kaylin Kier
And
does.
technically,
Kaylin Kier
I'm supposed to pay for weddings and things of that
Exactly.
nature.
So
am I
Kaylin-
paying for? Am I
Exactly.
paying for them to be with a bum, or to be with someone
you know why?
who's going to hit them or something?
Yeah.
Get the
You know why the
technicality.
father is supposed to pay for the daughter's marriage, and why it's supposed to be extravagant, and the daughter's supposed to feel so good that day? the reason why that is, if we're going based off tradition, the reason why that is because I'm literally giving. My daughter shouldn't have to ever ask me for a motherfucking thing. Patrice don't ask her father for a motherfucking thing.
It's the last thing I'm doing for you because this man is now supposed to be
So
the
when
provider
I give
for
my
you.
daughter away
Yes.
to somebody, my daughter should never have to come to me for a motherfucking thing.
It's like that meme where the girl has a car issue or something, and she calls her dad, and her dad comes and fix her car, and he was like, "Yo, the dude you talking with, get rid of him. Like, why am I coming to? Like, why you laying with him, and he can't help you? Why you call me when you need help?" So get rid of him. So that's literally what it is. This is my last gesture as your
This is a
provider.
gift. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Take
this
my
is the
daughter,
last thing
but
I am doing for you
don't
from a
fucking put your hands
financial
on her, though,
standpoint.
from a financial-
Yes, it's like this is my last financial gift to you.
So
now she's your
I would like for them to
responsibility.
be with someone that I don't have to be like, oh shit.
So it's a vetting thing. Like you have to ask me. I need to size you up. I need to ask some questions. I need
Where
whatever
you
the case may be.
Like, what
Yes.
you about to do? How's your businesses looking? How's your job looking? How's your career? If my daughter has to come to me for anything, like, can I trust you with my daughter's safety?
Yes.
Safety. Like, I fucking kill a nigga for my daughter.
As you should.
Would you do the same for your wife?
Yes. Great question.
So though me and her father have really never been on a good page, he ain't never had to worry about her safety.
That's not true.
Well, you're right, because I
Not
left.
true. And he did have to worry about me financially. So
I'm talking about right now.
I know, but I'm talking about before the
Yeah.
separation.
Yeah.
So
This-
we can't talk.
You're right.
We can't
You're right.
That's true.
eliminate all
But
of
I'm not that
as
person
if-
no more.
But it doesn't matter. There was a reason
at that moment.
That's why I tell you, because I was 19.
Gotcha.
I ain't know no better.
and hence why it was a mistake.
didn't know what
and
it meant.
And it's
Disagree
nothing
with
wrong.
that.
No. Hence why it's a mistake, and it's nothing wrong with it being a mistake. We were young, we weren't ready. So
I wasn't ready.
moving
I
forward.
disagree with that. I disagree with being
Why?
young. I've said this before. The Bible even calls out the young folk to lead. Age has nothing to do with maturity. We still hold Tupac Shakur as the greatest of all time, and he was fucking 21 rapping half of the shit that he was rapping.
That's fair.
And we respect him and still hold him as a man. Technically, according to the two of y'all, he was just a boy. So he wasn't talking about anything.
No,
that
we
he
didn't
had
say boy. He
experienced.
wasn't a boy, but he was young.
He wasn't a man.
He was
but
young.
Yet we hold his words to such esteem. If you look at all our black leaders, they were young. If you look at leaders and innovators in general,
Fair.
they're young. Age has nothing to do with it. We use age as a cop-out.
Hold on.
We
This
use
is where I
age as
disagree.
a cop-out for dumb decisions. We know what it requires to be a fucking mature person in this world at the age of 14. There are people who
14?
grow up 14.
I ain't know
And
what
the
the fuck
reason
I
why I know that is because
14.
somebody that I dealt
Your
with.
brain is still developing.
Someone that I dealt with, I saw him take a whole nother route because he was mature enough to see his family and say, that's not where I want to go.
That's rare.
He didn't. It doesn't matter. It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
How old?
It's
Let's
possible.
let's get back on topic.
Possible.
How
I don't
old?
accept age as an issue.
Twofold question. How old were the girls when you guys decided to get married? And what was, not married, divorced. And what was the deciding factor that said we don't want to be married anymore?
I think we both had our own different deciding factors.
Yeah, we did. For the divorce, I left for my reasons. She left for her reasons.
I didn't leave.
Give me, because you
You
said
didn't leave,
plural.
I left.
Give me plural. So you give me a reason and you give me a reason.
Ladies first.
Oh, he was disrespectful. He was disrespectful, and he was obviously having relationships outside of our marriage, and
Okay.
I was not okay with it. I could no longer turn a blind eye. I could no longer hold peace in a home, knowing I was being disrespected.
Your reason.
I wasn't happy at home because I felt like my wife didn't understand me, didn't want to understand me, and in my mind, I had women that were understanding me.
Of course.
So it made it easy for me to just say, you know what? If I got...
Would they say 80-20? It's that 80-20 thing.
wouldn't
It's like
call
they
it
giving
80.
you that 20% that you missing
Nah, I
from
wouldn't
here.
even say that.
Or,
totally
or
agree.
whatever
I wouldn't
the
even
number
say
is.
No, I agree.
There
I
is
agree.
something that you're missing that they
Yep.
show you,
Yep.
but it's not the rest of
Yep.
what she has,
Yep.
and vice versa.
Absolutely.
I think
I
that
just-
really
I
is a
just-
thing.
I
I just
agree.
didn't respect and didn't understand what the institution of marriage meant. So in my mind at that time, those people making me feel a certain way made it okay for me to step off and do what I wanted to do. Not only that, I had people, because when you put people into your situation, they're always going to tell you what you want to hear.
Pin that. We're gonna get back
So
to
you
that.
have people in your ear saying, yeah, you know what? That's right, that's right, that's right. Or listening to you, and it's not sound advice.
Of course.
It's advice that is biased. And you can take that advice, and they tell you exactly what you want to hear to be like, you know what?
So
Fuck.
some of those people are also not just the women that were in the streets, but also some of those people were friends.
Yeah, those are friends. Those are
Some of
family.
those people are family members, because at the end of the day, one thing about marriage,
They're also
prior
biased,
to
too.
Now, one thing with marriage then, prior to now, is that your family actually wanted to release you. Like, they actually wanted to give you away. Daniel's mother didn't want to give him away, and my parents didn't want to give me away.
Right.
So they always wanted to figure out a way to hold us in. So anytime
They inserted
we gave
themselves.
them-
So if I
anytime
tell
we
my
gave
mother
them
something,
anything,
or if she tells
just
her
come
mother
on.
something,
Just come
it's like, and I'm
on.
not saying my mother or her mother, but if you telling your mother or father or sister or brother or friends what you're going through, they're always going to want the best for you.
They're gonna always side with you. They're gonna
side-
always
they're not
yes.
gonna
It's
give you
because you
sound
don't
advice.
respect because the respect about marriage has dwindled so much that you're giving that person away, so you're no longer responsible for their happiness, for their finances, like you said. So you give them away. So you're not calling. Back in the day, no one called their daughter to ask them how their relationship was and come back home. It was like, no, you need
Yeah.
to fix
Hey,
it.
fix that.
You need to work it out.
Nah, don't come
But
home.
now-
They used to
and
send
even
them
as a
back.
man, it's like, oh, you can't provide for your family. You need to do this. But there were times where, oh, you don't have the money because you did something dumb. Okay, son, I'll give you money to recover or to help out your family. But it was levels of immaturity that we weren't able to work through fast, like our grandparents did, because they were forced to.
Okay,
They didn't have people
for
to
sure.
fill in
So
the gap.
how old were the girls when this is
When
happening?
we separated, the girls were 10.
10.
Nine.
So moving forward,
So we were together for 9 years.
what's the time frame from the time you were divorced to the time you decided to get married again?
7 years.
7? No. Not you two getting married again. When you got married.
You got married again.
What was that time frame?
3.
And for the people who don't know,
3
if you
years.
haven't been following them, they were married, they got divorced,
Yeah.
he got married again, they got divorced, and now they're together again. What you said? What was the time frame from the time you were divorced to the time
3
you
years.
married your second wife?
3 years.
3 years? Give me 3 words. 3 words about her that made you say, I want to marry her.
The second girl?
Yes.
Three words that made me decide to marry.
Just jump in. Just jump in.
I can't
Don't
really-
be politically
Yeah,
correct.
don't
Just jump in.
don't worry about it. Yeah,
Jump
yeah,
in,
be
because the anticipation is too much.
I
Just jump in.
I was truly in love with her.
Yes, he was.
Like I was head over heels
Yeah,
in
he
love
was.
with her. Like
I actually was rooting for that marriage
yeah, I was literally.
because I was glad he wasn't in the streets no more.
Yep.
okay. Well, let's go right in because my next question is gonna be, how did you really feel when he got married?
Oh, I was devastated. Of course, I was definitely devastated. I definitely shed many, many tears.
I'm about to take this extra Long Island. Nigga, they did that for me.
However, I was also happy that
I didn't know you was gonna do that shit.
my daughters didn't have to deal with multiple women, because if he wasn't married, they would deal with multiple women.
Yeah, I
was actually happy that I was like, okay, great. He decided to marry somebody, so now I only have to focus on one girl. So I was happy, but I also was devastated.
What was your relationship like with her?
I thought we were developing it. Okay, so it was off in the beginning because she was trying to check me, but I was like, you need to check your man. So it ain't got shit to do with me. Like, I literally told her, I was like, bitch, I'm the least of your problems. Check your man. So, but then we developed a better relationship because I'm literally just trying to be a mother, and I want my kid's father involved, so I could care less about your insecurities. I could care less about your problems with us, but I'm calling him for his fucking daughters. Like, we're going to have this conversation. So eventually we all kind of fell in line with it. And then
we had a group chat and everything.
We had a group chat because it was said that we was doing too much communicating outside.
So it was like a monitoring system.
So then we did that, and then
to appease her.
Everything fell apart.
So you did that to appease her, and that still didn't.
Because we were like, you're correct. I want to have this direct conversation.
We did
I
it because Patrice said any conversation we had should be in the open.
Should be open.
We wasn't on no.
Yeah.
We had got to the point where it was.
Because he's not a good relayer of information.
I suck.
So I said,
you saw earlier when she had to tell me what I said.
Yeah.
She was like, no, just
That's
use
true.
your words.
That's true.
So I was like, you need to get out the middle, and I need to be there.
She just knows my mind. Everybody don't know my mind.
Like, I don't have time for this.
No.
name.
Carry on.
We're gonna bleep it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have time for this immaturity. Like, you need to get out the way, because it's things that the girls need to do, the girls need to have, that I need to talk to a woman about, and you're in my way.
Yes.
And so once we opened that line, things were good, and then we opened it further. We were all on a group chat, and then it just fell apart.
Side note, just away from you two for a minute. What did the girls think about you getting married a second time?
Oh, they wasn't happy about that shit.
So the girls are like me, where they can make you feel like everything is sweet, but everything is not sweet. So the girls was like,
I don't feel that way about Kayla. I think Kayla was calling out for a long time, and no one was listening.
Kayla never liked it.
Never liked it.
Kayla and Kayla bucked it from day one.
So they're two different people. Kayla never liked it. Kiera was, I just want
Tolerant.
everybody to be happy.
Kiera was tolerant.
Yep.
Kiera was tolerant.
They really different like that?
Yeah.
But Kayla's on go.
All the time.
Kayla's on
If I
go.
would have released Kayla, she would have fought.
All she had to do was say the word.
And I never did. But Kayla always wanted
And if Kayla go, her sister gonna
Mom.
go.
Of course. As a twin,
So I
my
used
brother
to- I
always
used to
said,
be-
if one of y'all fight and the other one don't fight, when you come home, you got a
Yeah,
fight
I'm
coming
gonna
to
whip your
you.
ass.
So,
What happened here?
So it was
Shout out to twins.
One incident where she had to discipline Kayla. And I think from then on,
the wife.
Yeah.
she had to she popped her in the mouth.
Oh.
And she
But I was so go along, get along. I was like, I knew Kayla was going through issues in reference to our divorce and the remarriage. So Kayla was very mouthy. So I could see how the situation would have happened.
After that,
I wasn't
it was
one
done
to
with
be
Kayla.
like, oh, my daughter, you can't do this. I was like, okay, we're here. You got hit. What would you do? So I kind of was trying to appease the situation because I understand how many times that I wanted to hit Kayla in the damn mouth.
Whew.
So
I still want to. Kayla swung on me one day. Swung on me.
So I understood that. I understood that situation, but now when we dissect it, now I'm like, I feel so bad. After now dissecting how Kayla felt, she wasn't being honored. Her feelings were not being honored. We did not respect her feelings at all.
So, how long were you married to her?
3 years.
3 years? So that means the girls are what, 12?
Separated twice in those 3 years. Though.
So they're 13, 12 at this time?
When she left,
Yes.
No. Okay, so 3. So
9, we
3
got-
Oh, no. They were
So
9,
that was
10, so 13,
They
then
were like
16.
15.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
15, 16.
Oh, those are prime
No,
years
15,
too.
16.
Those are prime
We
years.
got back
So
together sophomore year.
I have a couple theories.
Okay.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
My theory. Okay, wait. Before I do that, your divorce. How long was the time frame that you guys said? I know there's a whole bunch of stuff in between, but
Oh, he wasn't
what's
divorced
the
I wasn't even divorced yet.
what's the time
She
frame
left.
she left?
She left.
Her being completely gone. What's the time frame and her being completely gone and you two deciding to get back
5
together?
months?
4 months.
5
4 months? Oh,
5
wow,
months.
they got right into it.
May.
So
May. Right after my mother's birthday.
tell me if I'm wrong. I always had this theory. And just hearing you two, I know you two go back and forth, so I know y'all was cussing each other out and going through it during this time.
Nigga,
Actually, we was at peace.
We was good at that.
Really?
I wouldn't have got back with him over a whole lot of shit.
at that time, we was out.
No.
good.
I meant like when he's married and you guys are not together and all that stuff.
Nah, we was cool.
As some really.
That's
We
why
was
this happened.
cool. That's why we had a
As
group
a-
chat.
Cool as
We
shit.
was cool
So,
as fuck.
as an outsider looking in, one of the things I always respected about you all, I said, now granted, I'm looking from a social media standpoint,
Facts.
but I was like, I never saw you two disrespect each other
Nah,
publicly.
we was cool. Like
Whether y'all cuss each other out or whatever in
real
person,
shit.
to the public,
Real shit.
y'all were not
we
disrespectful.
We would go through our shit personally.
Yes.
But real
As-
shit,
of course.
like, let's say if I'm at work and I ain't had nobody to talk to, and I needed some advice on some shit, I hit Trice up sometimes. I'd be like, hey man, what you think about this? Or if she would hit me up about, she hit me up, asked me about a nigga introducing her to her father. That's how cool we was. What she should wear if she goes to be with somebody she really
Because
fucks
the way
with.
that I grew up was I wasn't allowed to have male friends, so I couldn't have male friends. So he was the only guy who, even though we had a sexual past, that I was like, I know I can at least talk
Gotcha.
to
Yeah,
him
we was like, cool.
and get advice. And he's a real nigga, so I could get some sort of advice. However, the reason why I never did any exchanges on social media is because
Gonna be my next question.
I witnessed a lot of other people
Bitter ass people.
close to us do that, and I said I would never be that. And I also unfriended, because people don't realize this. You can control your social media.
Yes, you can.
You don't
You
have
really
to see
can.
dumb shit.
And
So
you don't
I
have to,
unfriended
all these haters, block the
everybody.
haters.
I literally unfriended everybody.
Yeah, cause this
that
nigga,
knew
Desi
me.
said, why you got to unfriend me?
The first day that I saw Desi again, Desi was like, all I'm trying to say is, why did I have to be unfriended?
He's like, I was both of y'all friends. I should knew you before him.
But Desi a snitch ass nigga, so we ain't gonna
God
talk about
dang.
that.
No, just, no,
You
no.
a snitch, nigga.
God.
You know you a snitch.
So,
7-Eleven. 7-Eleven.
That was early in the game.
But was you a snitch? Nigga, he was a snitch.
so
I seen your girl early in the 7-Eleven.
He a snitch.
so
We weren't even together.
But we just fucking her.
So why you had to say something?
hey, bro code,
I'm a
bro
girlfriend
code.
nigga. No, I'm a girlfriend
Snitch
nigga.
Bro
ass
code.
nigga. So from then I realized, even though I knew Desi the longest, I knew where his loyalty lied.
Bro code.
You was a snitch.
He was protecting my
You will
feelings. Cause I'm a
forever
fucking
be a
sucker for
snitch.
love
Hey,
ass nigga.
we need them people. So I said
Forever
the
be a
beautiful thing was we didn't see y'all disrespect each other, and I felt like that leaves the crack in the door open because
true.
when you don't
That's
when you guys don't disrespect each other publicly,
Yeah, that's true.
none of us can do it.
Yeah.
Your friends, your family, your mom, it's like, no, we're not doing that. And so because of that, it's just like, oh, that leaves the crack open.
Plus, I never liked what it looked like when niggas be talking about their baby mama.
Yeah.
Or when women be talking about their baby father.
I don't talk about my
like,
ex-wife.
no, I'm
You
talking
don't
about.
at all.
I've seen people go through. I've seen people go
I don't
through.
like it.
I'm not a fan of her, and I don't talk
but
about
I've
it.
seen people go
Because
through
it's
hell with their fucking significant other but don't air that shit out. Like
I look at it like
the
this.
people that know you know,
If
but like
you-
it's not
right.
for it's not for
So-
like it's not for everybody.
Side note, this is what I think about social media. This is just my personal opinion, then I get to you. I always say social media is not for you to know me. It's for you to know the things that I do. I don't post my kids. I didn't post my ex-wife when I married. I don't do those things.
Yeah.
You don't get
You
get
get what
that
you
access
want.
to me. Like
You
she
get
said,
what you want.
you get to control your social media and think people are like, it destroys relationship. Women's friends will be like, oh, he ain't post you. Why is
But you
that
know
the
what?
barometer?
It's because your social media is what you want it to be.
Yes.
So for me, I don't put nothing negative on social media. You know why I do that? Because I hate negative energy on social media. So somebody said to me one time, man, you act like you don't go through shit. You're like just a highlight reel. No, it's not in my life. It's a highlight reel. I don't highlight my negative shit. So you only gonna see my wins. Yes. Oh, you only gonna see your wins. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's how I want it to be. I go through a whole lot of shit. But guess what? Don't nobody need it. It's enough of shit.
Exactly. It's enough negativity on that you don't need to see my negative. The other thing I said is I felt like, so them being 16, 17 around that time, those are key years in children's life. Oh, it's proms, it's graduations,
Yeah.
we're getting ready for college
All
or
that.
whatever. So I said, your divorce, you're going through these key pivotal times with your daughter's life. That gives you guys
That's what
time
happened.
to be a family, like we're together.
That's what
because
happened.
we are planning. So I'm right. Yes, tell me.
absolutely
No,
right.
for real, because the truth is that I don't feel like Kaylin cares.
First of all, they didn't want us to get back together.
I know.
Really?
No, they
ho,
wouldn't.
ho,
They didn't.
ho, ho.
They did not want us to get
Tell
back
me
together.
about that. Really?
They did.
They actually-
when we
when we
told
told
them.
them,
So
they was like,
first,
what the
no.
fuck?
First they was like, Mom and Dad, y'all like best friends. I love it. Y'all best friends, right? So they. Was
Oh, they
good
saw
with
the
that.
good
But she
place.
was gone.
Got
So
They
okay.
saw that we was best friends.
It was a science project.
And then
right?
I went, and then I was at the house a couple of times, and then they kind of looked at us like, what the fuck is going on here, right? And so finally, when we told them that we was getting back together, we sat them down and was like, all right, we about to get back together. They was like,
No,
was like, we
doing
just got
Man, we
good.
good right
because
now.
we just got used to y'all not being together.
Y'all not
Like,
arguing,
y'all not
we
arguing.
good.
Everybody in a good place. Like, why we changing again? So they wasn't
They
feeling it.
Wow.
actually was against it. Like
Yeah.
when I say they was against it,
Yeah.
they did not.
Nah,
They
Wow.
They
Nah,
was
they
like,
wasn't happy about
please
it at
don't
all.
do this. Take it slow. No, I don't want.
They
y'all
actually
back
said
together.
to me, you know, Dad is not who you think he is, Mom.
Y'all little cock blockers out
No,
here.
that's what they
Goodness.
said to
Nah,
me.
nah.
He hasn't changed. Mom, you're in a good place. Dad is not who you think he is.
I was involved in some shit at that time. I had just left the fire department. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So,
That went along.
moving forward, we here. I really didn't know that.
He wasn't in the fire department when we got back together. Both of us was entrepreneurs.
Oh, no, I'm talking about that they didn't like it.
Oh, hell nah. That wasn't good for it.
Okay, so girls they getting ready for proms, they doing graduations, they all that stuff.
Homecomings,
Okay,
friends
all
coming
that stuff. I
over.
said, all right, they're doing more family things. They have to be together. That door that I
So
talked
we
about
always
being
around
cracked,
each
so
other.
we're around each other, and it's just like, oh, you start missing, you want that old thing back.
But it's like, okay, it's like it should be shit like this happening. Like, so now that we're always around each other, now it's not okay because everyone's gone, and she was in a relationship, but
Really?
yeah, she was in a relationship, and my peoples was gone, but it was just like she wasn't in a relationship to the point where it'd be like he was there every time the girls had
Daniel
something.
was worried about, and Daniel was worried about, because he dropped them off, me and him together.
That nigga did a high five of my daughter, and I was like, oh.
And Daniel
This shit
Daniel
was better.
realized
Me and
Oh,
my
they had-
daughter-
oh, they
me
had
and my
some-
daughters got
they
high
had some
five.
LeBron
We been doing since they
joint?
was
Oh.
4. And his shit was like, I was
Daniel ended up
Bitch ass
coming
nigga.
back in the picture so aggressively
Why
because
you
he
coming up?
saw me with someone and was like, oh, wait a minute. Because all those
Shit
years,
gone.
all those years that he was with his ex and he was out in the streets, I wasn't with nobody. So then I actually started to be
Yeah,
with
she was
someone.
celibate.
And that's
I love when she was celibate.
And that's what changed everything, because I was with somebody.
So I'm gonna ask two questions. I'm gonna ask one of you one and one of you the other. I'll let you guys pick which question you want to answer. The first question: what did you learn from your time apart that is helping you this go around? The second question is: what are you actually doing differently this go around? I'll let you guys decide who wants to answer which one.
Which one you want? You go first. You guys, which one you want?
You
And you
pick.
leave me to the number.
You pick. You know what? You both can answer both questions.
What's the first one?
The
What's
first question is: what did you learn from your time apart that is helping you this go around?
This is what I learned from my time apart. And this is why I really don't talk bad about who I was with in the situation I was in. Because I actually, I was looking for that right time. You saw that?
You okay?
Nothing happened. I
You
was
okay?
sitting up.
You had a look. You really.
I just
It's
made
okay.
sure, and it was like, oh.
Yeah.
She quick with him, and they hurt.
Yeah. She was a cheerleader. She agile. She danced all that. She's
All that.
What
Sorry,
did
guys,
what
I'm
did
not gonna move right now because I
no
don't want to
stop it? What did you learn from your time apart that's helping you now?
I learned, it's gonna sound fucked up,
No.
but I learned how to put your shit aside to try and make someone else happy, even if you don't feel like it's right. Meaning, like, I told my daughters I would never put them through another divorce. So it was shit that was going on that I just was like,
Because at this point they've been through 2 divorces.
and I don't want to put them through
Gotcha.
another one. And I just want to
That's
show
fair.
them what a husband looks like, or what I thought a husband should look like, that I didn't give their mom, but like I was trying to emulate what a husband looked like to them, even if it was putting what I myself aside.
Treese?
She don't believe that shit at all. She's like, nigga, you still
No. Yeah. What did you learn from all of that that's helping you the second go around?
I'm a lot more patient. I just don't like a lot of bullshit, young. I just don't.
She don't.
And I don't think he realizes, because of the time that he met me, how much I despise bullshit. It's a trait that anybody that's ever known me knows. I don't like bullshit. And he gets away with the most bullshit in my life.
Oh. That's funny.
But because I was so not for the bullshit, I think that I probably left a lot of different relationships on the table that I shouldn't have. And I'm learning, and I learned to be more patient. I learned that marriage is work, that marriage is not easy. It's not constantly happiness, that you're going to go through ups and downs. And it's really about respect, not really love, because love fades, but respect doesn't go nowhere. You either respect somebody or you don't.
Yeah.
You either do or you don't. And I think you can respect somebody and not love them, because there's a lot of people that I respect that I don't love, but I still respect them. And I feel like for me, even a revelation that I realize now is that I value respect and loyalty more than love.
Okay. Second question. You go first this time. What are you doing differently this go around?
So that's like a mixture of questions.
The one thing what's one thing that you are intentional about doing different this go around?
So the reason why it's different is because I came in thinking that it was about patience, but I'm now realizing it's about holding my own space. Like, I didn't hold no space in this relationship. It was Daniel's relationship, and I fit in where I needed to fit in. So right now I'm trying to find the correct balance of being fully a part of decisions in this relationship, as well as expecting a certain behavior and not being so assertive about the expectation, but being like, this is just what I expect. Like, so I'm trying to right now I'm learning to find a balance of being assertive about my ability and who I am without being disrespectful. Okay. But I'm also realizing that if my assertion comes off as disrespect to you, it's not really for me to check, it might be for you to check. So I'm not here to appease people by standing up for myself.
People or me?
I'm not here to appease you. I'm not going to shrink myself. It's a meme, since we talked about Instagram, that says that I shouldn't make myself more digestible for you. You're either going to swallow me whole or don't swallow at all.
Hey, he like that. What are you intentionally doing differently this go around?
Intentionally different.
Oh, I'm sorry. Which made me realize that he's not in control of my happiness. And I put a lot of that on him. But it's not his responsibility. So now I'm trying to create more moments. That's the assertion of where, no, this is what I want to do to be happy. No, this is how I see this situation going. And so with that change has developed different hiccups in our life, but we're working through that.
Yeah. I actually appreciate you saying that. Because I heard you on that one. Like, I appreciate that. I needed to hear that. Because sometimes I'll be like, what the fuck? But really finding your way and understanding yourself and your worth. And you are worth your weight in gold. If you Google how much you weigh, I'm not going to tell nobody how much you weigh, but you know how much you weigh.
Oh, shit. What are you intentionally doing differently this go around?
Such a show, man.
Those are beautiful words.
Such a show. He's talking to you.
What am I doing intentionally different this time? Oh, I had too much to drink?
What are you doing different this time?
The truth of the matter is, different this time, I just feel like I'm more mature this time. And I'm owning being a husband this time. And this time it's not even about what I'm doing. This time it's about how I feel. So in the beginning, I felt like I was too young for marriage. I felt like I'm the only one married and everybody having fun. Like, I felt like, damn, I got kids so early and there's so much responsibility. This time, I feel like I'm the age and I'm in the mature space. So this don't make nothing perfect. But I'm at a mental capacity to appreciate what it means to be a husband and having a wife. And I own being a father, being a leader, being a mentor, being a fucking husband, and being the head of this household despite the hiccups. Because so many men run from that responsibility. And I'm actually learning with the bullshit to appreciate the responsibility of being a husband, a father, and a man at the end of the day.
Okay. Last two questions. Circling, we go full circle now. Divine Purpose. It's the name of the podcast. What do you think the divine purpose of your story is?
Forgiveness is ongoing. Forgiveness is a choice that you have to make every day. And some days you might not want to forgive. But literally to move on in life And to grow in life, you have to intentionally decide to forgive people. You have to allow people to be who they are. And what the reason behind divine purpose too is that it was about another look of divinity. Like because I got kicked out of the church because we weren't married. We wanted to play on the words. Like, you're not gonna tell me that I'm divine because I follow your rules. I'm divine because I was born. I'm divine because I'm here and
That's
I'm
right.
holding space. So if I'm gonna cuss, if I'm gonna drink, if I'm gonna have 2 Long Islands, hit a J or whatever the fuck I'm gonna do, I'm divine. And so that's what this is all about. And a lot of times we have to forgive ourselves for even the things that we've done to ourselves. I had to forgive myself for my first year of college and how I acted that first year. I had to forgive myself for how I acted in this relationship the first time around. And I constantly have to forgive myself for how I act in different moments. And so forgiveness is definitely not for them, it's for you. Because it's what gives you peace in the day. And so what I've learned with all of this and what I want to show with divine purpose is the gift of forgiveness.
It definitely is a forgiveness story.
Forgiveness and the peace that it brings.
Yeah.
What about you, sir? What do you think the purpose in your relationship is now?
The purpose of divine purpose in my eyes, I feel like the name divine purpose comes from a place of divinity, meaning all of us, I got this from Ash Cash, all of us are God.
For sure.
G-O-D. So we reflect God on display. And there is nobody that can look at our story and say, we've wronged anybody. Well, I'm sure people may feel a certain way.
I can't take that away from them.
Some people might feel that way.
Yeah.
But we know our purpose. What we found in what we're doing is we're friends. And
Y'all definitely are.
We're friends, so we respect each other's mental, where a lot of relationships, they don't have that. And we're also very intimate with one another, and we don't shy away from that. But there's so many relationships that struggle because, one, you lack friendship and you lack intimacy. And when you lack friendship and you lack intimacy, you're just a husband or a wife, or a boyfriend and a girlfriend, or you're just in a relationship. And you don't even fuck with the motherfucker, because if they do something wrong, I don't fuck with you. Why? Because you're not my friend, and we're not even compatible intimate. So what we're trying to show in through our story, however many dynamics and shit and twists and turns we went through, our story still got to the point where we're able to show what it looks like to have a divine relationship. And so many people are looking for our relationship. We're not married on paper. We weren't married in the church. And we're not going to get married on paper. For the simple fact that we're living in our divinity. She is me and I am her. And we reflect one another. She's my reciprocal. So in showing that, what we've realized is so many couples have been like, how did y'all get like this? That's why I appreciate this interview.
What'd I say? Well, didn't I ask you that? I was like, as somebody that's been divorced, now I don't know how y'all did that, because I ain't never doing that again.
We're intimate and we're best friends, man. And I fuck with her like I fuck with any of my niggas. Like we go to the club together. We used to go to the strip clubs together back in the day. We both funny.
We have great sex.
And we have awesome fucking sex.
Hey, it's part of it.
We have great sex.
That's
awesome.
major. So, it's now we're able to pour into other couples.
Here we go.
And other couples are now coming to us for advice. So you start to see the purpose in your divinity. We didn't ask for this shit.
And y'all didn't plan for it. Y'all didn't say, oh, we're going to go through this so we got a story so we can help everybody.
No.
Trust me, that was not the goal.
We were trying to keep each other accountable.
I was ashamed of the story.
Yes. And then
Definitely nothing to be
and
ashamed
what we
about.
start talking about, what we realized in our
But the
shame.
more Daniel kept expressing it over and over again, the story, and people kept hitting me up and hitting him up saying like, "Oh, that shit like that."
That shit
I'm never
dope.
getting,
Yeah.
I'm never getting back with my ex.
I said it.
Like everybody keeps saying that, and then we kept hearing it so much.
But it's like, we're not asking you to get back with your ex,
Nah.
but
Just
find
love
someone that you
different.
fuck with and rock
Love
with them and go
better.
through the
and,
bullshit.
and do it better
Do
the
it
next
better.
go around.
Learn from your mistakes.
And that's what I think. If you guys convey anything, it's we see stories like this and we see them in movies, and it's someone goes away and then they come back, and it's very fairy tale-ish. We don't get to see the day in, day out,
We
like
still go
us
through shit every day.
maneuvering through. It's like,
Yeah, nigga.
we're back together, but we still go through
This
shit.
shit's still real.
We are just making a conscious effort, and we're
And I
doing
wanna say
things
this,
differently
I wanna say
this
this, I
time.
want to say this.
We are definitely making a conscious effort because right now, I don't need Daniel.
Nope.
He does not need me.
Nope.
But this
Especially
shit
the
just
girls
wanna
are
be
grown.
better.
They about to go on to school. It's definitely no reason.
It's a choice.
It
It's
definitely.
just more- I remember one of the questions Daniel asked me before we got back together was, so when the girls graduate, what does
Fuck
that
away.
mean for us?
I asked her that.
It's a real question. Because believe it or not, with your marriage, your divorce, everything, you spent that entire time doing things for them. You got married and everything. You don't even know. It's just, all right, I want to try to do this differently because I don't want my girls to see
Yeah.
this. Patrice, I want to act a certain kind of way
Yeah.
towards you because
Fact.
I don't want my girls
Fact.
to
We're
see.
doing that.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Empty
They're-
nesters under 40.
Yes.
That's unheard
Yeah, a
of.
lot of the stuff that we did and the peace that we had, and him even, like he said, being back in a relationship, that was definitely all because we wanted the girls to see something different. And so everything we did was for the girls. And so when he asked what's going to happen with us, I was like, nigga, like,
She said, we see something.
we going to see each other at graduations and weddings.
Graduation
Like,
wedding.
what?
I was like, but you my friend, bitch. What the fuck?
Okay, I said 2 questions and I said 1, but I'm adding another one. Just because you said they didn't want y'all to get back together, how do they feel now, the girls?
Oh, man, nigga. 8888.
Hey.
8888.
They love it.
Only we know that.
Infinity.
I'm just saying they love it. That's what I'm assuming. They love it and it's
Oh,
forever.
yeah, them my
You know the
niggas.
infinity is the
This the
8 is that
infinity
sign that
sign.
it's always
So-
going and never.
So right now, if none of y'all know, right now, and this is no, you just turned 39. Okay, so we all had like me, our daughters, and all of us are like real spiritual, and we experience a lot of spirituality at different moments that are not supposed to be considered spiritual. And one of
We
the
got baptized in
moments,
the rain.
yeah,
Outside the movie theater.
yep,
God opened up the sky and came down and baptized us.
that's true.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah, Drake.
Respect. Respect.
So one of the things that happened for
See,
you about to
God
fall.
don't like ugly. God don't like
Don't
ugly.
fuck with us.
Fuck with us.
Hey.
8888. You good though.
You good.
That black girl, man.
Oh no, I don't believe in that.
Last question. Last
believe
question.
in
Well, this isn't a question. This is more of an act. I want us to finish what I want us. We talked about it being intentional and make a conscious effort. I want y'all to look each other in the eye. 30 seconds. Just say whatever you feeling to each other
All right,
about
nigga.
how things now.
You go first.
You go first this time. Yeah.
You go first.
30 seconds?
30,
With a timer.
30 seconds, a minute. Go ahead.
30.
I just
I
want
want
to.
to say that though?
Yeah, what
30.
right now, based off of what
The
we
whole
discussed
atmosphere.
about what I put you through, where we are now, just today, this is what I think about you.
Shouldn't matter.
30 seconds. You are my moon.
Look at him. Look at him.
You're my moon. and everything rotates that way. Anything you want, just say it and you got it. Might not seem like it, but you're going to get it when the time is right.
I believe it.
So come on. Let's get lost. Perfect song, nigga. That's take us back to that time. Their lips start quivering. I saw that shit.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah.
You up, Trees?
That fucking song did something.
Look, I saw it.
You saw the lip?
I saw it.
30 seconds. All right. Some session on how I feel about him.
Today,
Oh, today?
based off of what you put me through, we just discussed it.
Put me through.
He not shit.
No,
Not what I put
how
up to
how do you feel today?
I mean, for real though, like, you my nigga. Like, where the fuck is you gonna go? What is wrong with you? Like, you my nigga forever. Like, at the end of the day, you will always be my friend. You gonna always be just my nigga. I literally look at you like blood. You're not going nowhere. Like, you gonna always be in my life. And the truth is, if I ever have to cut you off,
Still your nigga.
nah. If I ever have to cut you off, you already experienced me go through that hurt with my family. So it's gonna be painful, but if I have to, I will. But the truth is, you're my nigga. Like,
Oh, okay.
I don't want to
Full
cut.
circle.
I don't I don't want to. I don't want to experience that level of pain. This relationship is not nothing to just throw away. It's something to work on. It's something to fix constantly. And it's not nothing to be taken for granted. Because this shit is great.
Awesome.
This shit is fucking great.
Awesome.
So, just my nigga, young.
And great does not mean perfect, people.
Hell
So don't hear
no. We
great.
far from perfect.
Don't
We
hear
was
great
arguing
and
right
think
over
it's
this
perfect. Hey, guess what? People
And I'm
argue.
rolling up a J like, bitch, fuck, I don't care. As soon as you,
For the record, I was not arguing.
I be arguing in my head a lot.
I was not in the argument.
She told me she loved me here, and I said, fuck that mean?
Literally, just now, before you said
We
right
took a
there,
shot.
looked
I
at
said,
him,
what's the shot
I
to?
love you, Dan Myers. He said, what you say that for?
I don't even know how to take love.
Hey.
But she loved me, though.
Hey, last thing that I'm gonna say before I let y'all get y'all stuff out is, as an outsider looking in, I told.
First of all, thank you. Because
Really
you
appreciate it.
actually pulled some shit out of. I can't wait to see this my goddamn self because this is all right.
I, as an outsider, and I've told her this, and I don't think I've ever told you this, but I love y'all relationship.
Dang.
It's. I ain't gonna bash my ex-wife, but one of the things, answering one of the questions I asked y'all, looking back, we weren't friends. And I could really see that today. Like, we were not friends.
Yeah, like this is
And
my homie.
I like being around y'all. I really do watch y'all. One of the things I like is, and I've had this about other friends, I'd be like, yo, you see your couple friends, and I used to feel this while I was married. I'd be like, damn, they really look like they fuck with each other.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I remember, I don't know if y'all ever watched The Game. Y'all ever watched The Game?
Yeah.
The TV show? It's one episode that I always think about when I think about my ex-wife. And it was the episode, it was like first season when they was going to the playoffs and they wasn't bathing or nothing. And Melanie was so pressed to go home with her family for Christmas. And Derwin was there with the team because the team had to be there. And so when they won the playoff game, everybody's hugging their wife. And Malik was hugging his mother because that was his
Right,
woman.
right.
But everybody was with their
That
wife
part.
and their girlfriend and everything. And Derwin sat there and he looked around just like, damn, my girl ain't here, whatever. And you could see the envy, like, yo, these people fuck with each other, that being together was more important than whatever I wanted to do. And I always felt like that with my ex-wife. I was just like, I used to go to cookouts and all that shit with my friends, and they'd be like, yo, where Raquel at? And I'd be like, she never wanted to go anywhere. She left me out in the streets and everything. It was just like, people really thought I wasn't married. And it was just like, I can't make her not want to do it. But looking back, it was like, we weren't friends.
Yeah,
So
she
she
didn't
wasn't
wanna-
hanging out with me. She didn't want to hang out with me.
Yeah, I think
I love
that's
that
what it
shit
is.
about y'all.
Well,
Y'all
we've been
motherfuckers really look like y'all fuck with each other.
It is.
It is.
It's
No,
definitely
it
a
really
gift
is
and a
because,
curse.
you know what I'm
It
saying?
is a gift
It's a
and a
gift
It
and a
really
curse,
is.
because this has a
You're
curse.
absolutely right.
Because when you're friends, you
Absolutely
share
right.
everything.
Yes.
So sometimes it'd be like shit. Like when we weren't together, we were still friends. So I would be like coming to her, and now I try to say some shit. She'd be like,
That's not what you said 5 years ago,
nigga,
nigga.
nah.
That is
so I'm trying to
not
come
you
around on some
call
husband
that.
shit. She like, no.
That's not what you said.
That bitch
Yeah.
ain't your friend.
Nah, so I love y'all relationship. I love it, flawed and all. And I know
It's fucked
the
up.
people around y'all enjoy it too, because guess what? We always say we want what our parents had, our grandparents had, or whatever. Man, Grandma Elsa fucking went through granddad having a whole family
She was
across the
happy.
street and all that shit.
100%.
But you know what they did? They fought through it. Most of the time, people didn't hear about that other family until granddad died, and you see people at a funeral
Exactly.
because grandma held it down.
Exactly.
And the fact that, okay, it's not perfect, but you mine and we going through this, I love that, and I'm pretty sure other
So-
people love that.
So when you say that, right, you look at us, right? Let's say, God willing, everything goes as planned. We 73 years old. Now you talking about since we was 19 years
Yeah.
old, 18 years old, and we 73. Nobody talks about what the fuck happened between 30 and fucking 38.
They don't.
When we were divorced, when we didn't have, when we were going through some bullshit, when I was cheating, or when it was some shit happening over here with her and all kind of crazy shit. All we see is they 78 years old and they have 50
And they
years
together.
of marriage.
I'm not gonna be Grandma Elsa. I would never want to be Grandma Elsa. I never wanted to be my
God dang it.
grandmother.
Kill the moment.
I never wanted to be my mother.
I'm not doing it no more.
There are parts of their lives that I feel like are unfulfilled because their title was wife and mother. I'm not just a wife. I'm not
For sure.
just a mother.
And I like that. I don't think
And
he treats
that's-
you like you're a wife and a mother.
Oh, we battle with that.
Sometimes.
Oh,
We
okay.
battle with that a
Sometimes.
lot.
Outside looking in. See?
We
So-
battle with
so
that a
sometimes-
lot.
But it goes back to what I
But
said.
see-
You know what's
Yeah.
great? We don't see that.
Yeah. So
Y'all
like,
got those
we'll go
issues
through some
behind
shit.
closed
We'll go
doors.
through some shit, especially with like
Cause
business.
I be like, nigga, am I the homie or what? Like, I can see you talking with other
Like,
homies.
bitch, you ain't talking to me like
But
that.
then
What
it's
the
like,
fuck?
we in a business meeting, and it's like, I'm your husband, respect me. And I'm like, nigga, the decision is dumb, business partner. Like,
So you got to kind of differentiate.
You got 70-year-old women with PhDs dying along with dogs.
Cats. Nah, they got cats. They got cats.
at the end of the day,
Some of
like,
these 70
I
like, we seen
think
her-
I think
her
it depends on what you're yearning for in life.
Yeah.
See, I'm yearning for peace, not relationship.
She got.
And
she
so
got a
it
family
don't
member.
matter to me if I'm by myself or with somebody else. If peace is in the picture, I'm good.
Independent
So
or not.
you gotta understand that.
Cause she got a 70-year-old friend. How old is the lady? That's a lawyer. The
got
lady
a-
She's my cousin.
You got a
She's my
70-year-old?
friend.
Oh, okay.
She's my cousin.
Hold on, no, listen. No bullshit.
I don't think that shit a gray area
Nah,
at all.
listen.
I don't know. You should be hanging out with
She
some.
got, she got crazy artwork all over her house. House on the hill. Fucking got a Lexus.
She by herself?
Yeah, but she.
She got a Toyota.
70
She
year
got a
old.
Toyota.
No, listen.
sad.
Listen what she said.
I'm sad.
Listen what she said though.
I'm available.
You have to get in where you
She
fit in.
friends with all her
She
boyfriends.
said. She said all my boyfriends.
exes.
They take her. They take. I take care of them. It's what it is.
I'm available.
She a rich joint.
I could be boyfriend number 2.
She's
She would love you too.
She would.
She
Hey,
actually would love you.
shout out to you. Hey, go ahead, get the people y'all socials, y'all handles. Let them know what y'all got going on.
What a book.
The book. The book.
Hold
This
on.
book.
First of all,
Oh, not that
I
book.
want to shout out, get my Preston Mitchell. I want to shout out Preston Mitchell. first.
Preston Mitchell.
And his book is Positive Vibes.
Positive vibes.
So today we're going to give our final thoughts. It's going to be a random excerpt from the book.
Okay. All right.
So the final thoughts is today. How much do you want it?
Oh.
Damn, and that's interesting because
And that's about marriage.
We
How
just went
much
through our
do
whole
you
story.
want it?
how much do you want it?
God damn.
How do you want
here we
it?
go. We all have something that we really want to have or achieve, whether it is personal,
Yeah.
business, or pleasure. If you really want it, you can get it. Take a moment to write down why it's so important to you and how it makes you feel. It could be obtainable sooner or later, and it can be difficult to wait. Sometimes good things come to those who wait. Patience is a virtue. We have heard these things time and time again.
Oh,
Think
man.
of them as you move forward in achieving what you want and continue to move forward.
Hey.
those are the final thoughts today for Divine Purpose Podcast. We want to shout out Preston Mitchell Jr.
Preston Mitchell Jr.
Vibes. We will link. We'll link where you can find the book and the
Take a photo.
Link at the bottom. Link at
will
the
be in
bottom
bio.
of the.
Thank you for tuning into another episode of Divine Purpose Podcast. We thank you.
We only
Marcus,
just getting
for
started.
giving us our first interview.
Oh, man.
I want to thank my man Trip from Straight Talk No Chase for setting
Straight
us up.
talk, no chasing.
And stay tuned because this network is really coming full throttle. Peace.